Well, hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. It's great to be with you on Inspirations for Your Life. Remembering to definitely check not only the audio and sound levels, but also in OneStream Live as they have a bug, as I told you. And we had to re-record and rebroadcast the whole episode the other day. Um, so hopefully I'll always remember, but it would be nice if they could actually have that setting. But again, they just kind of do whatever they want to, and they don't really take our feedback. So, not really happy about that. But again, just kind of seeing what's going on because there's not a lot of great streaming services out there. Part of me thinks I might want to create one. Anyway, if you're new here, I want to take the opportunity to say thank you and welcome. If you are coming back, definitely welcome and thank you so much for coming back. Really do appreciate that. We have a really great master topic for this week, guys. And that is what is that, guys? Um, Basically, the cost of comfort versus the power of awareness. And the granular topic is privilege without care collapses. Series 4, Show 40, episode number 4. Incidentally, it is a Tuesday evening, guys. Great to be with you here. If you're thirsty, feel free to go get yourself some RO water, a snack, beverage, nuts, fruit, sweet, tart, whatever you'd like, or perhaps anything else that you may want to make yourself more comfortable. And come on back to the show. And if you have not checked out BelieveMeAchieve.com, be sure to do that as soon as the show is over. It's available 24 hours a day, short form content, long form content. I know you're definitely not going to want to miss that. So definitely check that out right now. All right, guys. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the ever popular Inspirations for Your Life podcast. The podcast hosted by myself, John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, engineer, marketing specialist, video producer, graduate student, podcast host, and of course, podcast coach. And with a strong passion for lifelong learning and a deep desire. That's right, a very deep desire to help others elevate their lives. I bring you wisdom that transforms careers, relationships, and self mastery. Tonight, I'm choosing to explore how privilege leadership and letting go impact personal and, well, guys, organizational success. Because true greatness starts at the intersection of wisdom and care. All right, guys, the first point. Number one. Privilege is fragile. Yes, it is, guys. Privileges are very fragile. So when they're ignored, privilege is not a permanent advantage. It's a responsibility. I think a lot of people, you know, when they get put into power or control, they don't really know how to handle it and they abuse it. When we take our blessings for granted, well, they slip away like quicksand. Great leaders know that acknowledging privilege is the first step to maintaining and sharing it. And I think that's something that a lot of people that are trying to become leaders, they miss that point. And so it's because of people's ego. I'm better than you. But you have to remember to be humble and always eat humble pie all the time, not just like today or not just tomorrow, but be grateful for everything you have. And you've heard me say this before, be grateful. Point number 2, guys, is a really good one. I think you're going to enjoy this one. Power fades without gratitude. I love that. Power fades without gratitude. Power must be fueled by appreciation, and forgetting gratitude leads to, well, a severe decline. But thanking those who help you ensures your strength endures. Number 3, guys, luxury. Yes, luxury demands responsibility. Luxury, whether material or experiential, asks us to be ethical and generous, thoughtful, enjoyment, and giving back keep luxury meaningful and, well, something that we need to treasure. Number 4, guys. Number 4 is access without awareness erodes opportunities, and they vanish without mindfulness. Use your access now and in the future to learn and to contribute awareness, and this will always keep the doors open. What I've learned is that there's so many possibilities around us. When we open up our mind to what's possible, we start to find the missing keys to these locks or these doors. And I think that's something that a lot of people miss because they're always in a rush to do everything now. We can't be. Number 5, guys, entitlement breeds apathy. When advantage turns into expectation, drive and empathy just vanish out of thin air. Exchange entitlement for curiosity to stay humble and, of course, inspired. Number 6, guys, comfort can turn into blindness. Safety can mask any potential. Break routines, seek new ideas, and grow beyond comfort zones. Number 7, status isn't self-sustaining. Titles must be earned every day. You think just because you have a title, you deserve that title? Maybe not. Complacency wrecks respect. Nurture trust and deliver results to lead with honor and, of course, integrity. That word integrity oftentimes gets swept under the carpet because people don't understand the importance of it and the power of it. And also tied to integrity is the valor of honor. And just like it is in the American Army or the Navy, honor is something we have to treasure close to our heart. Number 8, wealth without wisdom will just vanish. Success needs smarts. Learn from errors and invest in personal growth alongside the riches. And I think this is something, again, that people become, well, egotistical about, complacent about, or a know-it-all about. So remember, nobody knows everything. And it's important to be humble and to learn new things. Number 9, guys, respect requires reflection. That's deep. Respect requires reflection. So, with respect follows honest reflection. Review your choices and lead with, well, integrity to build trust with yourself, among your peers, friends, colleagues, family, associates. Number 10, guys, what's often taken for granted decays. Unacknowledged gifts just fade. Celebrate, guys, the achievements and appreciative people before they're gone. And I think that's something that many people miss. They figure, well, I don't have time to say thank you. I don't have time to do this. But the choice is, you do have time. It's an illusion that you don't have the time. I think that's an important thing for all of us to understand here, that we all understand, what that means. What does it mean to have time? What does it mean to give unconditionally of yourself? What does that actually mean? I think these are things that a lot of people, don't get. Okay. I think the reason people don't get it is because of that selfish ego. You know what I mean, right? So number 11, excess can mask emptiness. Too much distracts from what's meaningful. Therefore, make the choice right now, folks, to fill your life with true purpose and connection over possessions. I'm not saying you can't have possessions, but be grateful for what you have and how you've gotten them. Number 12, fortunes fade without humility, so always be humble. Humility grows prosperity. Stay grounded and grateful to invite lasting fortune. Number 13, opportunity needs stewards. And to get the best opportunities, well, the seeds need to be planted and they need to be cared for. Be proactive, be diligent, and be persistent for the growth to show up in your life. Number 14, guys, authority thrives on empathy. Authority thrives on empathy. Authority thrives on empathy. Leaders listen. Leaders do listen all the time. Authority built upon empathy inspires genuine loyalty. I said something the other day that, good leaders know how to fix problems. Great leaders ensure that those problems never happen. Number 15, guys, carelessness cracks foundations. Neglect undoes hard work. Vigilance and attention sustain long-term success. Number 16, influence lost to indifference. Stop caring, others stop listening. So remember, you've always got to care. Even when you think you don't have to or you shouldn't, you always have to care. Somebody's always paying attention. Stay involved, folks. Genuine interest multiplies influence. Number 17, privilege plus neglect equals what? I'll give you a hint. Starts with an L. Loss. Privilege plus neglect equals loss. Privilege demands stewardship. Treat it with care to ensure that you preserve its value. I think that's hard for somebody to understand. Like, what is the value of something, or why am I doing something? I think you're doing something because of your purpose, because of what you stand for in life. I think that's an important thing. Number 18, prosperity needs purpose. True prosperity is purpose-driven. Align actions with mission for lasting fulfillment. Number 19, guys, choose to favor because that falls without attention. Favor is earned and kept with the attention and the gratitude for which it is elicited. And I know some people say, gee, I'm going to be kind one day, or I'm going to do this one day. But the chances, they really don't do anything. They just get started, but then things don't really work. And that's a problem, guys. It's a very, very big problem. And that problem is about the fact that you have to believe what you're doing. You have to understand that you've got to show up every day, not just when the sun is shining, right? These are important things, guys. Number 20. The grandeur can invite downfall. Grandeur brings a kind of risk. So stay humble and vigilant for continued success. You might get lucky once, but if you want to truly be successful on a repetitive basis, you have to do this. Number 21, trust demands transparency. Open actions build trust, even in the toughest of times. And I know you're saying, John, sometimes we build trust when we least expect it. And you're right. We build trust when we're in a foxhole, when we're in a precarious situation. And we've got to be humble and be vulnerable. But if we're not, it just gets people to close up. Number 22. Security shatters with complacency. Stay alert and adaptive. Security built upon complacency quickly collapses. Quickly collapses. That's something that you wouldn't expect, but it's the truth. It quickly collapses, and by the time you notice it's gone, it's too late. Number 23, guys. Prestige needs perspective. Perspective sustains prestige. Remain humble, guys, and open to learning every single day. You know, number 24, abundance requires gratitude. Abundance grows with thankfulness. Daily gratitude fuels expansion. Number 25, legacy is built upon ego with many people. And you know what happens to that kind of legacy? It crumbles right before your eyes. Legacy anchored only in ego will fade to dust. Build yours only on true giving, helping, and sharing, backed by the integrity of the core values that you stand for. Number 26, guys. Privilege kept is privilege cared for. Lasting privilege belongs to the watchful and the generous. Steward your advantages well. And I think if you can do that, then you'll be able to make decisions that are going to be more fruitful in your life. You might say to me, John, this is what it's about. But the truth of the matter is, it's what you're about. And I want to tell you that it's important to understand, what's going on. Okay. And the reason I tell you this is that it's something that most people don't understand. What happened and why people are the way they are. It's because of past experiences that they've been with. And so I can tell you that your choices make the difference. Your choices make the difference. And so by making the difference, you can actually change things. You could change the perspective of the day. You could change the perspective of, the entire world. And that perspective is what can give you the fuel to get to the next level of your life. And ladies and gentlemen, reflection, right? Letting go is not weakness. I said this before. It's wisdom. Letting go is not weakness. It's wisdom. I think sometimes people miss on things. They miss the truth about things. They miss what's happening. Okay? They miss the real truth about life. I think that's hard for some people to, maybe understand, but they miss the true truth of life. And that true truth of life, I think, is something that a lot of people just don't really understand, like why something is a certain way. Um, but it does hit them. Eventually, it hits them. And then they're like, oh my gosh, like, how am I going to do this a certain way, right? People ask that question. And the thing is, you can do it a certain way, but the question is, are you doing it a certain way? That's really, I think that really comes down to like the whole piece, right? And that piece can mean, well, it can mean an awful lot to you and to other people, right? And so if we understand like, what happens or what's going on, I think sometimes we can maybe get a glimpse of what's happening, right? Release what doesn't serve you. Open your life to new growth, to new ideas, and commitment to serve others. You might say, John, I don't really want to commit to serve others. But when you serve others, you actually wind up getting a reward in return. You get a reward in return. That reward is something that is extremely, extremely powerful. I mean, really, really powerful. So powerful, guys, that you will run leaps around what you could have done in the past because you're growing, because you're becoming a different person. When we think about the whole concept of, being able to change, being able to change based on this whole concept of privilege with care. So, first of all, according to Merriam-Webster, this is where I want to go, Merriam-Webster, and I want to look up privilege. And according to Merriam-Webster, privilege, or let's say privileged, it's an adjective, having or enjoying one or more privileges. Okay. If I just look up the word, let's say I just look up the word privilege, I'm going to get a noun, a right or immunity granted as a peculiar benefit, advantage, or favor, a prerogative, especially such a right to immunity attached specifically to a position or an office, or maybe I'm getting a certain perk because I'm a first class flyer, or because I'm a one pass member, or because I'm part of the VIP club, or whatever it is. I'm getting a privilege, right? And if we take a look at the next word, I think this is a very important thing, and that's going to be collapses. So when we think about the word collapses, okay, let's just look at the word collapse. And according to Merriam-Webster, the word collapse is a verb. It is a verb. And so collapse, to fall or shrink together abruptly and completely, fall into a jumbled or flattened mess through the force of external pressure, to break down completely, to disintegrate, to cave or fall in or give away, to suddenly lose force, significance, effectiveness, or worth, to break down in vital energy, stamina, or self-control through exhaustion or disease, especially to fall helpless or unconscious, to fall down into a more compact shape. So now that we understand privilege, we understand collapse, I think we got to be very careful about how we use privilege, because if we don't use it in the right manner, you know what happens? It will collapse. It will collapse, and the collapse will have us spellbound. Will have us spellbound. And you're going to be wondering, like, hey, like, what do I do? And the what do I do are something that most people don't understand, right? They don't really understand like how this works or what it does. But the thing is, it's a perception. Okay? And this perception can change our life, but it also can change the life of other people. And I think that's probably the most important thing, is that our actions, our energy can actually change the world around us. Now, sometimes we may not see it directly, but because we are, well, energy beings, that energy basically transforms from out of us to other people. And I think if we can reflect on these things and what they mean, I'm hoping this will give you a deep appreciation for the way you need to use privilege. Because if you use privilege in the wrong way, with a lack of empathy, with a lack of sincerity, with a lack of genuine, you'll find that you're going to have a mess. You'll find that you're going to have a mess. And that mess, guys, is something that a lot of people don't really understand. Okay? They don't understand that. And I hope that that means something to you. I mean, I'm hoping it does. I don't know if it does or not, but I'm hoping it does. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. I invite you to check out BelieveMeAchieve.com for more of my amazing, of course, inspiring creations. I'll catch you real soon.